I'm still on a lot of radio stations. You can hear my syndicated show, the Greg Mack Show, in about 25 markets. You can hear us in the UK. You can hear us in the Caribbean. You can hear us all over Arizona, all over, what was I going to say, like California, Iowa, Montana. You can hear us in Texas, Kansas, Mexico, Oklahoma. We're expanding. We're going to be in a lot more other cities. And then, you know, locally, my live DJ gig is on 94.7 The Wave in Los Angeles. And people say, you know, you're going to be, you know, the next Art Laboe. So me and Art always have a joke going on that, you know, he's the white Greg Mack and I'm the black Art Laboe. But I'm not going to be doing it. I mean, Art just turned, what, 94? I'm not going to be in radio. He's still on the radio. I'm not going to be 94. Wow. I anticipate retiring before I get to 70. That's my hope.
Okay. I didn't know Art Laboe was that old.
People just love him. Even today. We go somewhere, he's 90-something years old, and all the chicks are on him. I'm like, wait a minute. In today's corporate radio world, people don't always get what they want. Most of the time they don't, because the programming environment is totally different. It's very structured, it's very analytical. You're going to hear the same songs over and over and over. I don't know where it's going. Radio's changed, but I haven't. So hopefully I'll get a chance. Somebody will give me a 100,000 watt station to be a gunslinger on. And then that's the only way things are going to change with radio, is there needs to be some leaders. Right now you have a bunch of people still following what I did. And there's nobody leading. There's nobody doing anything new. It was hard for me to catch on, to be honest with you. But I looked at it like people used to look at us, like, why are you playing that music? So I try and understand it. So if that's what the people want to buy, I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm a big Drake fan. I like Cardi B. I don't tell too many people this, but I love Iggy Azalea. You know, Kanye, Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z. Last time we talked, he just blew me away with his knowledge. I think he is one of the most brilliant people in music. So, you know what? Hey, right now, that's what the kids are into. That's what you got to do. But there's nobody leading the way, radio-wise, to make them do otherwise. So it's kind of caught in a warp right now, where everybody's playing, you know, when I listen to the rap stations, because that's what they are now, it sounds like one long record. You listen for a whole hour, it's like, okay, so I've heard 20 different rappers, but I heard the same beat the whole hour. In the earlier days, everybody had a distinct sound and everybody was having fun. We weren't talking about all the you know, women we got. And, I mean, we would do it, but it was like, you know, as a joke or as a second thought. But now it's all it's about, and how many people they done rode up on. And, you know, in order for these guys to make it nowadays, they got to do jail, they got to get shot, they got to, you know, go near death. When they get out, they're heroes, and their records sell like crazy. And that's unfortunate. I think that I definitely want to do a podcast. I just haven't had the time to sit down and start doing it, because when I take things on like that, I'm consistent. Man, there's a whole bunch I want to do, but main thing is getting the story out there.
Yeah, I think...
I'm also on the board, I think it should be pointed out, of the Universal HipHop Museum. And so we are trying to get, we're going to get a museum, hopefully in Compton, might be Inglewood, but we break ground on the East Coast Museum in December of 2019. It should be up and running in 2023. We would like to have this one open up in 2025, but it's a really flashy design and it's really cutting edge. It's not what you might think. It's not a regular museum. And we want to be able to get the true version of things that happened in hip-hop history out there, because there's so many stories, and I've heard a lot of them, and I'd say half of them are just so inaccurate. But, you know, hopefully we can get it straight with the museum. You know, we're looking to expand in Chicago and maybe Atlanta, and probably a couple overseas, because hip-hop is just exploding overseas, really. I was excited to just be a part of it. But I do want the West Coast to have their own. I don't think that you're going to get the whole story and the whole truth. The East Coast people never had the love and respect for the West Coast, that the West Coast always accepted the East. As far as the people, the rappers and stuff, we didn't see East-West, but, you know, a lot of the people. The East Coast, West Coast was there in the 80s. I remember riding back of limo with Run DMC and Run saying, this West Coast music makes me nervous. You know, he didn't quite understand how we liked, you know, some of the earlier stuff that was coming out, you know, the Egypt and the World Class Wrecking Crew, you know, that a fast beat. They didn't get it. And the East Coast never, I don't think that they started accepting us till the mid-90s. Finally, they started playing some Snoop and some Ice Cube, you know, after he did that project with the East Coast. But even still, I can't think of anybody that's real big over there. I mean, Kendrick, you know, but they've never given us the love we give them. We accept them. Anyway, that's why I wanted a West Coast museum to be truly reflective. Recently, the Annenberg Museum, I spoke over there, and they had a display about the history of hip-hop, and there's only 2 or 3 West Coast artists represented. And I felt real like, you know, what are y'all doing? Y'all are missing history. But that was an East Coast person that brought that.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Like and comment below to give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related videos to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description and listen to our weekly podcast, The Gangsta Chronicles, every Thursday. And thanks for watching StreetTV.net.